Hello everyone and welcome to this video in which we'll be solving a reading comprehension exercise from CAT 2024 slot 1. In a previous video, I had discussed how to read the passage, what information are we supposed to take away from the passage after reading it for the first time. Please watch that video before you come down to this video where we'll be discussing right now the solutions to the questions. Now, this passage was about streaming services of today's day and age, and the author is advocating against them, is pointing out the problems about them. And it was an easy read, as we discussed in the previous video. But the questions are not necessarily as simple. Let's look at the questions one by one. Okay, so first question says, which of the following statements is suggested by the sentence? Back then, at least, cinema was defined by its ephemerality. The sense that a film was as good as gone once it left a local cinema. See, the most confusing part of this question is that the question is worded in such a way that it is saying that which of the following statements is suggested by the sentence. So the sentence is suggesting what? What point is this sentence suggesting? That's what is being asked. The question is not asking what does the author imply by the sentence, but through the sentence, what is the author suggesting? So understanding the question is very important. And going back to the passage, you'll figure out that the sentence is present as the first sentence of the last paragraph of the passage. And in the last paragraph, the author is continuing on with what Charlie Chaplin did, and he's still making the same point that it's not a right now problem, it's not a current problem, but it's a past problem as well, that makers of movies and people who control movies control it because of their own benefits and not because there is a democratic kind of an interest that they have, that it's not common content. They do whatever with movies and TV shows that they make, even in the past, which is benefiting them. And that is the point that the author is trying to make, that this has been an idea since the past. But then he's saying that, but back then at least they could do whatever they wanted with movies because it was gone. Once it was gone from the theater, it's no longer available to people, and that's why they can do whatever they want because it is no longer part of common intellectual property. This is the point that the author is trying to make through that sentence. But right now, of course, it's different. Content is going to be continued in a sense of its availability on streaming platforms. So the author is kind of comparing where past and the present are different and similar. So keeping that in mind, if I look at the options, the first option that I will eliminate personally is definitely going to be option B. I think B is easy to eliminate because B says cinema is now no longer an ephemeral or as ephemeral as it used to be because technology used for creating. See, the problem with this option is the word creating. And the passage is never talking about creation of content and its technology changing or improving or not improving. And that's what makes B the wrong answer. The passage is not talking about whether creation of cinema, its technology has improved or not improved. That's not what the passage is about at all. And that's B is not the correct answer. Next option that I will eliminate personally, which although that's also a bit confusing, is option D. D is definitely not the correct answer because the passage never talks about the fact that whether people are accepting or were accepting of movies leaving the theater. Maybe they were not. So that side of people's acceptance and mentality and psychology has not been explored in the passage. And something that's not explored in the passage cannot be the correct answer. So D is not the correct answer. Now, A and C are both valid because both A and C are talking about currently, right? Presently, what is happening and how it is not as ephemeral. Movies are not as ephemeral as they used to be in the past. And that's the point that the author is trying to make. The entire passage is about present. The author is even mentioning what happened back then in 1926 or in 1935. Back then, why? Because the author is trying to make a comparison of that with the present and where it's similar and dissimilar. But the point of the passage is current online streaming services, and that's why A or C are more likely to be the correct answer. Among A and C, very nuanced sense of analysis is required for the questions. And if you do that, then you will realize that C is not the correct answer and A is. Now, why is C not the correct answer? Because C says presently there is no reason. There's no reason is a problem. See, there is a reason that companies are acting according to their own selfish interests, like Charlie Chaplin burned down his movie reel. Why? Because he wanted to evade taxes. So there are definitely some kind of incentives for companies to do that. So saying no reason why film studios should remove access makes C incorrect. And A is correct because today films are expected to be available for a long time. Yes, they are, since they are no longer tied solely to the stay of local cinema. And that's the point that the author is trying to make, that nowadays cinema is no longer as ephemeral as it used to be. And that is why A is the correct answer. Difficult question. And I would say that anyone who has been confused between A and C has marked C even and gotten this wrong. It's not particularly bad at RCs. This is a difficult question for sure. Even question 2 is not that easy. 2 says Netflix had begun editing old episodes of Stranger Things to retroactively improve their visual effects. This is present in the last sentence of the first paragraph. Right. That Netflix had begun editing old episodes of Stranger Things, and it is present in the paragraph where the author is putting forth this point that streaming services are doing something negative. So the point that the author is trying to make through the sentence is that whatever they're doing is not fair. They're doing some kind of unfair practices. They're not being honest with the content that has been entrusted to them, and they are changing episodes. They're removing shows that people have subscribed for. And if I understand that, then coming to the options, I would say the first option that everyone should be eliminating is option B. B is not the correct answer. Because although reports are unsubstantiated, that some people reported this and then Netflix later on denied it, but the distrust among people towards streaming services is not because the report was unsubstantiated. It's because they feel like they are just changing content. They are subscribed for one particular content, but then while they are having that service, the content itself is being changed and manipulated. And that's why B is not the correct answer, because reason for distrust is not the unsubstantiated reports. Next option that I will eliminate, by the way, A, C, and D are very confusing, but personally, I will eliminate the next option, C. Because film is no longer sacrosanct and may be changed to suit changing tastes or technology. The author is not talking about the fact that, in this passage at least, that films and TV shows are being updated because of updation of technology or updation of tastes. They're just doing it. And that's a bad thing. That's what the author is saying. And C kind of does not talk about it being a bad thing. And it also is talking about film, which is no longer sacrosanct, specifically film, whereas Stranger Things is not a film. According to the passage also, it's not a film. So combination of these two factors leads me to at least believe that C is the next option that I will eliminate. And mainly because, they are not being updated to suit changing tastes. It's not about taste. Never is the passage talking about taste of people in cinema. Answer is either A or D. And I can understand the confusion between A and D because D is mentioned directly in the paragraph where this sentence is being mentioned. And A is talking about the fact that they are doing things because of which people are afraid that people who own these kind of streaming services, they cannot be trusted with the original content because they change and manipulate things that people love and cherish and for which the streaming services have been bought. So both A and D make sense. D makes sense in terms of literally what is present inside the passage in the same paragraph. A makes sense because it is direct interpretation of what Netflix is doing to Stranger Things. Now, I would believe that, in the CAT paper, oftentimes, in the past CAT papers, an option like option D has been given as a correct answer for such questions. This time, they have given A as a correct answer. So it is a toss-up. I would generally go back to the passage and rely on information given inside the passage and try to answer questions based on that, as long as it is answering the question that's been asked. In this case, A is answering the question, D is given in the passage. It created a lot of confusion in my mind. I would say it's a very 50-50 toss-up for me between A and D. And again, if people get this wrong by marking D as the answer, I can understand. I can totally understand people getting this incorrect. So if one was difficult and confusing between A and C, 2 is even more confusing between A and D. So in 1, at least with a bit of thought, with a bit of analysis, you can find out why C is wrong. But I feel it very, very difficult to justify in your mind and prove with certainty that A is the correct answer and D is not. But that's the kind of ambiguity that sometimes you have to deal with in reading comprehension exercises. So 2 also people get wrong, I can understand. 3 says which of the following statements, if true, would best invalidate the main argument of the passage. This question is actually pretty doable as compared to question 1 and 2. This is pretty doable despite this being a critical reasoning question, because the main argument of the passage is that streaming services are not democratic. They are not including movies as cultural commons anymore. They are deciding who can watch what, whether you can, even after paying for the services, whether you have continued access to whatever you're paying for. They can remove anything at any point of time. They don't let you complete ownership or give you complete ownership to let you transfer it from one place to the other. They don't even maintain the content that you're paid for, and they are open to changing it as well. So these are the points that the author is trying to make. The streaming services cannot be trusted. And if we keep these things in mind, then 3 options are very narrow. Like see, D is very, very narrow. It is only talking about the fact that we can use VPNs, but that is for one single problem. In the same way, they are talking about cloud services improved and they can be maintained in perpetuity without migrating the files. That is only one single part with respect to Apple's say purchasing of movies. And even C is talking about only Blu-ray disc, which is the alternative which the author is talking about to streaming services. But the passage is not about alternatives, it is about streaming services. So the only option which directly talks about the main topic of the passage is B, and that's why B is the correct answer. That studios and streaming services have committed to give customers perpetual and platform independent access to the original content that they have paid for. So this is opposite of whatever the author is afraid of. It is opposite of whatever the author is claiming streaming services are doing. And that's why B is the correct answer. I feel that if you read the options, despite this being a critical reasoning question, question number 3 is probably the easiest question of these 4 to solve. Question number 4 is again simple, not maybe as simple as 3, but still simpler than 1 and 2. 4 says, which of the following statements about art best captures the arguments in the passage? Now, A says works of art belong to the cultural commons and hence must remain available in perpetuity, irrespective of who pays for access to them. Now, so this last part is not something that the author will agree with, because the author is talking about streaming services and how we have subscribed to content. But every day, streaming services keep on changing the content. So it is about payment. It's about the fact that if we are paying for it, we deserve some rights. That's why A is not the correct answer, because it is not an argument that no matter who pays for it, everyone should have access to it. That's not what the author is saying. The author is not arguing for socialistic ownership of movies by everyone. Next option that is not the correct answer is option B, because B says in the age of online subscription services, it is trying to change our understanding of classic works of art being primarily immutable and easily available to the public. Oh, actually, I'll hold on to B. I'm sorry. Next option that I will eliminate is C, as art is increasingly created, stored in. Okay, C also I'll hold on. I'm very sorry. D is the next most strong option. Accepting retroactive changes to works of art is dangerous. Now, see, retroactive changes to work of art is only being talked about with respect to the example of Stranger Things. So D is not the correct answer, because it is too narrow. And also says because it will encourage creators to not put enough effort into the original attempt. That's original attempt of making movies is not being talked about in the passage at all. So D is the next option that I will eliminate. A and D are definitely not the correct answer. Now, among B and C, a bit of confusion is valid. But if you read B carefully, in the age of online subscription services, it is time to change our understanding of classic works of art being primarily immutable and easily available to the public. See, the author is not saying that we have to accept the fact. The author is saying that we have to look for alternatives, and the author is also saying that this is a problem. So when the author is acknowledging that it is a problem, he's not asking us to accept anything. He's not saying that you have to live with this and this is what is fair. So B kind of distorts the message of the author by saying that you have to accept it and there's no other alternative. C is what the primary purpose of the passage is. It is to criticize what streaming services are doing, that with art like movies and TV series being stored and digitally distributed, it is counterintuitively likely to be made. So the companies are likely to change it. They can decide who can watch what, who need not watch what, irrespective of who is paying for it. It is the decisions of the company themselves, and we are at their mercy, and they are not doing anything for public interest. They are not doing anything democratically. That's the main argument of the passage. So the last part of option C is a kind of a giveaway which says that whims of host platforms. So we are all at the mercy of host platforms of HBO Max, at Netflix, whatever they want us to watch, however they want us to watch things. That's how we can watch it. And that's the primary argument of the passage. So you can come down to B and C. A and D are absolutely incorrect. And if you read B and C carefully, it is possible to get question number 4 correct. Anyone who is seriously preparing for CAT is thinking that reading comprehension is kind of the strength, should get 2 out of 4 correct. At least 2 out of 4 correct is a very, very valid, very, very viable kind of an accuracy percentage that you can actually expect. Minimum, I think 1 out of 4 everyone should be getting correct. If you're getting 3 out of 4 correct, then you're doing a really good job in this. 4 out of 4 correct would require like an immense amount of capability of solving RC exercises correctly. So if you took this particular exercise as a mock test or as a sessional test and you got 2 out of 4 correct, pat yourself on the back. If you got 3 and 4 correct, and if you came down to A and D in question number 2 and came down to options A and C in question number 4, you have done something right. Thank you.